Theodore Arndt. I go by Theo. I've been here since 2011. I left in 2014. I went to West End in Shippensburg. Remained a member here. And then I just came back recently, and I am the first lieutenant of the organization. Ever since I was a kid, we lived in Carlisle, and I would go to the different Carlisle firehouses. 40 when it was down by the old Ames building, and then 41, and we live right behind their firehouse. So I grew up on the front ramp, playing with a kid named Ben Thumma. His dad drove there, so kind of hung out on the firehouse ramp playing as kids. Anytime they get a call, his dad would yell, we'd move to the side, they'd leave, we'd go back to playing. And actually, Ben's sister is married to one of the guys here, so it was kind of cool to come here with somebody, that I grew up with from my childhood. I would say probably joining. Like I said, it's just been something that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. I'd be dead asleep, hear a fire truck siren, get up and run to the window, watch them go by. In Carlisle, hanging out on the square as a kid, they would go, and I'd run to the street and watch them. It's just something that it has to be there for you to want to do it, especially during 9/11. And I remember talking to Ivan Bretzman, and I asked my dad, and Ivan was standing there, why everybody was crying September 11th for firemen that they didn't know. And Ivan told me that when you're older and you join, you'll understand it's a big family no matter where you go. So it kind of is. No matter if, we go from here to New York on a vacation, you stop at a firehouse, they're always welcoming. Same with us. Same with the guys in Shippensburg. I would say here, it was probably a house fire with somebody that, everybody knew here. It was a cold winter night. The deputy chief and I who is now the deputy chief, he was a lieutenant back then, we're upstairs watching Chicago Fire, and I looked at him and I said, man, what if that happened around here? And about that time, tones went off, and we walked down here and tones were still going off, and we didn't know what was going on, and the ambulance crew was like, it's a fire, it's a fire. So, and just that, we run calls before, but that call in particular it put a lot in perspective on how things can change. The second floor crew was up. I was on the first floor performing a search. My partner went in another room. I went into a room, and we heard a bunch of screaming upstairs. We grabbed a line and knocked down the fire that was going up the stairs, and had no idea that the upstairs had flashed on the guys, and had no idea that it burned a hole through the hose line. So had it not been for the other guy, my partner, grabbing that line, it would have been, catastrophic. So I would say that the inspiration for that comes of the brotherhood, just the family criteria. I mean, some people come into the fire service, they don't have a family. They come in here, and this is their family. Other people come in, and this brings their family together. I mean, there's generations here at Newville.